Hey YouTube, how you guys doing? My name is Kyle, you know me as Dragonmar, and welcome to a new video. Today, we're going to be going over some fundamental defensive smokes on Bind, and I just wanted to say thank you so much for all the support on the recent videos. Thank you for subscribing, liking, commenting. I really do appreciate it, guys. And without any further ado, let's begin. Alright guys, so let's start it off pretty simple. I want to talk about Ace Sight here on Bind, and I want to talk about showers. There's a really easy smoke that allows for some free map control as well as just free utility gain. You can pretty much take this orb every single time on this map just by throwing one smoke. And that smoke is right here in this really narrow doorway outside of showers, which is also known as, some of you may call it, bath. And this smoke, it's alone is enough to stop pushes. What's really nice is that it's pretty deep. So people are going to have a hard time pushing through it, because the second they come through this door, they're going to be visible to you. So what I do is I do a quick tap, make sure no one pushes the smoke, and then you grab it for a free orb every single time. And on top of that, you also get bath control, because remember, they don't know if you're going to fall back to this corner or back here or maybe onto site. So some really good mind games going on there as well. And one note I just wanted to make is, if you guys are feeling a little frisky, I actually do enjoy a good old push through smoke here in showers. And what that looks like is you throw the smoke so it covers the doorway, and you actually walk around here to the right of the doorway, and you stick yourself in this corner here. And a lot of times people are going to also walk through the smoke into this corner so that they can rush out and so that they can clear up on this angle. And you'll just have people actually walk into you. So that's a fun little smoke there if you guys get the chance, and if you don't mind taking some aim duels when the smoke clears. Now, next up, we have Ace Short, and Ace Short resides right here. Closest to you have Cubby, and then you have Teleporter, and what's normally called in my games, we call this U-Haul back here. Now, Short itself sees a lot of early pressure, so I like to get aggressive. And as you guys know, I've talked about this in other videos, but the easiest way to get aggressive is to smoke off one side. In this case, I'm going to throw a smoke that overlaps the outside of the map right there. It completely covers this left side, and this allows me to get aggressive on the right side mid. Now, if you want to get aggressive on the left side, this is probably going to be where the majority of people are, over here towards lobby and towards their spawn. What you can do is, I would prefer a smoke that covers the actual doorway back here. The reason is that the distance between this wall and this wall is actually quite a bit longer than over here. So one smoke may not be enough to cover it, depending how much of a rush you are in. You might actually mess it up. So personally, I would throw a smoke like this. And as you can see, this is a little different than what I recommend normally, because it doesn't cover very deep into the doorway for them. It actually covers close to you. This should stop most people, because it's so far out. It should stop most people from pushing, and you should be able to clear your angles over here and get aggressive on the left side. Now, next I want to talk about one of the mistakes some newer players might make, and that's wasting a smoke here on Short if you're just trying to play defensive. And what I mean is that a lot of people smoke left and they smoke right. You don't need to do that. In my opinion, I think smoking right here across Short like this before Cubby starts is the best smoke for defending this position. You can re-smoke this 2 more times, giving you 45 seconds of coverage. I really like this smoke. It gives you control of Cubby like this. You can come up here if you want. And also, it's very good at blocking the corners as well, because it's not very wide. Now, if they have Cubby control, all you have to do is back the smoke up a little bit. You play it into this box like this. You put it at the corner of the teleporter, and you have a smoke that looks like this. Now, this is really great for blocking people when they get in Cubby, but one thing I will say is you have to be careful right here. You don't want people to be able to walk through smoke without you seeing and get into teleporter, so make sure you're putting it far enough in like I did, so that if they do come through the smoke, you can see them and you get an easy headshot on them. Okay, so let's talk retakes on A now. Defensively, there really isn't much to learn, right? You have the shower and you have the short smokes. They're pretty straightforward, but when it comes to retakes, you have some great options. If the bomb is planted on this side of the bomb site, you have the ability to completely smoke off site like this. And if the bomb is over here, any defender who's out of position over there is going to have to walk through your smoke. This is a great option if, for example, a defender planted around here. Now, if you're coming from CT on a retake, I personally don't go heaven very much, and you're coming through these halls right here. One really great option is to smoke showers off. And by smoking showers off, you're saving yourself this wide peak here. If you want to swing in and clear U-Haul, showers is generally going to kill you. So what I like to do here actually is I will smoke off showers and I will smoke off short on that second smoke I showed you guys, which blocks cubby. A lot of players on attack, when they have planted the bomb, post plant defensive spots generally are going to be in cubby. You block that off as well. You clear your corners, and now you can clear U-Haul for free. And you can clear sight for free as well without worrying about someone shooting you from short or from showers. They have to walk through the smoke. All right. Now, I want to talk about retaking from heaven because a lot of people will come here. The first thing you're going to notice is that shower is just staring straight at you. I would probably smoke that if you have a smoke available. And then next, you're going to want to smoke short. A little trick here is to actually smoke on top of this box here, and it will look something like this. This completely covers you from short as well as this close double box angle. A lot of people hide behind that corner there. And this is going to allow you to get a nice little clear on sight as well as peek U-Haul for free without worrying about too many other angles seeing you. It's actually kind of a neat little trick here by smoking on top of this box. You can also use it on offense to smoke off heaven. But that really is probably the best way to get out of heaven. A lot of people are going to stand here a lot of people are going to be covering this. And one of the biggest problems is because you jump down off of it, you're going to make noise and people are going to be able to peek you pretty easily. And finally, guys, I just wanted to show you my preferred retake with 2 smokes available with a normal bond plant, which is going to be planted for short A. I like to smoke off short, and I like to smoke off bathroom. So this was going to be these are my smokes generally. I clear U-Haul, I start clearing towards sight, and then I start clearing short, and then I clear the boxes, and I go from there. But generally, smoking shower and smoking off short are your best options when you're playing post-plant. Next up, we have B smokes. Now, B mid here is pretty simple once again. If you want to get aggressive, you have to smoke out this arch right here. This lets you get aggressive over on the long side of things. Now, if you want to get aggressive inside of arch, but you don't want to smoke it, you can smoke back here. Just make sure you're always careful of this corner here. A lot of people walk straight through these smokes and come into this corner here. Just be very careful if you want to get aggressive. Now, in terms of smoking hookah, there's really only one smoke you need to know. And if you're playing inside of hookah, that smoke is right here in this hallway. You want to throw it just like this. And as you're going to see, it barely comes out of the doorway. This way, anyone who tries to come out and sneak over to the side is immediately visible to you. You get a lot of free kills like this, especially when people start running out of time. This is really the only smoke you're going to need to throw inside of hookah if you're holding. Now, turning over here to B long, once again, we have an orb. This orb is really easy to take. This is essentially a free orb for the defense every round if you want it. And if you are playing on B, my favorite smoke for long is a smoke that looks like this. This smoke is going to catch the narrowest part of this long sort of hallway, and it's going to completely cover the sides. You just have to be careful of someone walking through into this corner here. So, you know, as always, give it a quick tap, step aside, make sure no one's spraying, and then go for the orb. Pretty easy every round. I want to follow this up by saying that if they are taking long control and you've been forced back, I prefer not to smoke the first doorway here. Oops. I instead prefer to smoke right here, actually. And part of the reason is that if they do take control of this of B garden right here, there's really not a lot of cover in there, so they're kind of sitting ducks. So I like to give up this area strategically, if you will, and I will force them to play around my smoke like that. Okay, let's talk retakes now. These smokes I've shown so far have been pretty basic. So retakes on B can be difficult, but I actually find I have the most success with retakes here. My favorite one smoke retake is going to be right here at this close angle. This allows for a nice, easy walkout onto site. And it completely covers hookah as well as this close sort of cubby right here on B. And what I like to do is I like to clear my angles, make my way around sight by clearing long, and then I clear inside and I have full sight control. Now, if you have more smokes to work with, you can definitely throw this smoke, make your way out onto sight, assess the situation, maybe clear hookah, maybe clear long, maybe clear sight. Maybe you know a player's elbow. Then you can use your smoke elbow. Remember, you do not have to use all of your smokes at once. That's a huge problem a lot of players have, is they think they have to blow all 3 smokes or the 2 remaining smokes instantly. You can take your time, use them once you've established control of areas, and this can really help you. Now, this smoke here, late in the round, if someone's playing elbow, if they planted the bomb here, you can tap this, hold, wait for a push, and then shoot them, right? It creates a lot of pressure on the defense if you hold on to your smokes. All right, and I think it's worth talking about elbow retakes. A lot of the times you actually get forced back into elbow. They have sight control and they planted the bomb. How can you get out there and help your team? Well, in this case, I actually would probably recommend a hookah smoke and a long or a garden smoke here. What this is going to do is it's going to allow you to just take aim duels with the players on site. You can walk your way up. You can clear this close right corner here. And then from there on out, you're just clearing sight. Because a lot of the times, people are going to play for post plants, right? They're going to run up here, or they're going to run long like this. And so these 2 smokes really give you a great option to get out onto sight from this elbow position. All right, guys, let's talk about retaking from long. One of the most important parts about retaking from long is that you smoke elbow. So we automatically know we have to throw a smoke there. If you have 1 smoke left, my personal favorite thing to do here is to throw this smoke over here that covers cubby. The reason is because it also is going to block anyone who's also playing CT from pushing around. So you're blocking the CT push and you're blocking the cubby push like this. You're going to walk out, clear close left, and you're going to keep an eye just on this spot here. And as soon as you make your way past this wall here, you clear to your right, and you can make your way onto sight and take your aim duels like this. These are the smokes that I use most often for retakes. I think they work really well because what's really important when you're doing retakes is that you're smoking off the areas closest to you that are going to have the most immediate threats. Remember, you just don't have enough utility that late into rounds to smoke everything off. So it's really important that you're able to make the decisions to know what to smoke off. For example, if I'm coming out of hookah, I want to smoke off CT, but actually I can smoke off even closer to cover not only CT, but also the cubby here, right? And it's things like that where you have to actually think about what you're smoking and what you can also cover with a slightly different smoke to really get the hang of it and to sort of improve and get better at characters like Brimstone. But with that being said, guys, I think we'll end the video here. There's a lot more I could talk about, but we're going to save those for a little bit different style of video in the future. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, guys, to leave a like, comment, and definitely subscribe for more. Thank you for all the support recently. It's been wonderful to see, and I hope you guys have a great day. Take it easy, and peace.